Hello, everybody. It's another episode of Sunday Talks. We're excited to be here. It's a good time. We're really pumped. We're going to be talking about our top 10 favorite movies of the year and our top 10 least favorite movies of the year. We're going to start with our least favorite because that's the much more fun conversation to have. So, you disagree. Okay, so I like shitting on films. I think it's much more fun. So Maggie's created a list I have not seen. I've created a list she's probably seen.
I didn't look at it.
You didn't look at my lists. Okay. So neither of us know each other's lists. We have a general idea of what we liked and didn't like since we saw a lot of these movies together. But let's start with some honorable mentions.
For worst?
For worst. What do you got?
Okay, so I have 5 honorable mentions. So first, I have several honorable mentions for worst films. The worst being Ninjago.
As an honorable mention.
And then Cars 3, Boss Baby, Bad Moms, and Despicable Me 3.
Ooh, a lot of animated in there.
I went by what my letterbox told me.
A lot of animated hatred. In my honorable mentions for worst of the year, I also have Cars 3. I also have the Ninjago film, animated as well. I also have Bad Moms. Those were my 3 that I had. So why don't you start and you do your 10 through 6.
Okay.
Start with number 10.
Okay.
And let us know a little bit about how you felt about the movie with each one.
All right. So my number 10 is Baywatch.
Ooh.
I really didn't like this movie. Like, I remember we did a video in May about like our worst and best up to like halfway through the year, and this was my worst. Like I get it, like they tried and like whatever, but I don't have the nostalgia that people had. And like I really do like The Rock, and I like Alexandria, whatever the hell her name is. But like I couldn't get into it. The CGI and just like the corniness. Oh, and Zac Efron's in that film, and I love him. I couldn't do it.
Not a good one.
No. And then my next one is The Dark Tower.
Ooh.
That was really bad. Definitely slept through most of it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I was awake through enough of it to know that it was
a bad movie.
Really bad.
A bad movie.
Though I should, before you start your list, like, I didn't see as many of the bad films as he saw because I don't hate myself. So, okay. Number 8, I have The Snowman.
Ooh, The Snowman.
Terrible film. Poor Harry Hole.
Harry Hole is the character's name.
Harry Hole. It was just really slow and boring, and the dialogue was really bad.
Not a good film.
Number 7, I have Suburbicon.
Oof.
This was terrible, like really bad. Like the expectations were really high, and then you saw it, and you were like, "Why did I waste my life?"
Yeah.
Seeing this movie.
Well, it's not only because of the premise, but like George Clooney's directing it, Matt Damon.
Right, there was so much to be excited
for. Oscar Isaac, Julianne Moore. So like.
Well, Oscar Isaac was actually really good in this
movie. Yeah.
But
well, like, I think all the actors did a good job in the movie with what they were given. It's just it was weird. It was a poorly executed movie.
All right, and then I'm doing number 6.
Yes.
So number 6 is King Arthur.
Legend of the Sword.
Slept through the second half of this one too. I really don't like
Charlie?
Yes.
My boy Charlie Hunnam.
I really don't like him.
I like Charlie.
Like, we watched Lost City of Z recently, and like I could tolerate him, but like he's not a good actor.
I think he's good in like Pacific Rim.
No, he was really bad in Pacific Rim.
And I thought he was good in Lost City of Z.
He was by far the worst part of Pacific Rim.
And I haven't seen Sons of Anarchy, but I hear he's good in that. And
right, like
I think he's one of those actors where like I don't hate him when he's on screen, but I know that he could probably be doing better.
Like,
but I think a lot of that has
is pretty, but like
I think a lot of that has to do with the material he's given too, though.
Well, right, and the projects he chooses, I guess. But like, I don't know. I guess he did okay, but like I'm really not into him as an actor. Okay, so those are your 6 through 10. Yes.
All right, so starting my number 10, I saw all of those films. Yes. Number 10 is The Bye-Bye Man.
Oh, wow.
The Bye-Bye Man came out last January, and it's horrible. We walked out halfway
30
through.
minutes in. Not even
No, it was longer.
Was it really?
Yeah, we made it a
Did
good
I
hour.
fall asleep? I feel like I might have.
We made it a good hour, and I looked at you and said, "Want to go get a burger?" And we went and got some food instead, which was a much better option for me. Yeah, horror movie, The Bye Man. Don't know how it ends, but that's why
they all die.
But honestly, that's why I have it at number 10. Because there were 3 movies this year I walked out of because I hated them so much.
Well,
and those are my bottom 3.
See, I did the opposite.
I don't want to hear about it until we get there. So I walked out of it. I didn't give it a complete fair shot, so I put it lower on the list. So this actually the next one though, number 9 is Kidnap.
I didn't see that.
Halle Berry, her son is kidnapped.
That movie was supposed to come out like 4 years ago.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's like a car chase music video action scene for 90 minutes. And it's really, really bad. I don't have anything else to say about that one. Number 8, another film we walked out of, but I saw the rest of it actually later on at work.
Oh, because you told me about the ending.
47 Meters Down is just terrible. One of my favorite videos we've ever done is a rant about a movie, annoying moviegoers, and it was when we saw 47 Meters Down. So there were a lot of things wrong with that movie. The movie's not good, and we also had a really poor theater experience while seeing it, which kind of helped me hate this movie. But 47 Meters Down is number 8. At number 7, I've got the Emoji Movie. I thought it was gonna be higher, but there were 6 other films that just eclipsed it a little bit more for me, which is strange because this is like number 1 for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the Emoji Movie's terrible. It's real bad. It's real bad. I don't know why it was made. Actually, that's not true. I know why it was made.
Did it even make any money?
It did. No, it didn't do great. I don't know how much it cost to make it. I think it made under 100 million domestically. I think it made about 250, 300 worldwide, which isn't awful because like if I made a movie that made $300 million,
as long as they don't make an Emoji Movie too.
It's really bad. It's really bad. And then at number 6, this is the first one we have in common so far, is Suburbicon. Basically what I said with you, the performances are fine, but the script is terrible.
It was so bad.
You couldn't tell that
it hurt me.
It's really bad. It's not a good movie, and I don't know what went wrong here. There's like 3 movies going on at the same time. There's this thing going on with Matt Damon and his family. There's this black family.
Right, I totally
they didn't put this storyline in the trailers.
Oh my god!
And I'm all about having like a very racial sensitive
like you can
film.
have a political message, but like
I'm fine with
get
that.
Your shit together.
But there's like 3 storylines going on at the same time, and it didn't make sense. Did not make sense for me. So again, I got Bye Bye Man, Kidnap, 47 Meters Down, Emoji Movie, Suburbicon. Those are those 5.
Oh, those are your okay.
So now go 5 to 2. Save your number 1.
Okay. So my number 5 is The Circle.
Okay.
Fell asleep during this one too.
Tom Hanks.
Just for a little bit.
America's Tom Hanks.
It was just like boring and like weird and like no one cares.
That is a film.
Yeah. Number 4 is The Mummy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Did not make my top 10.
Well, so the reason that it's so high too is because like I had
number 4.
Yeah, I had really high expectations for this film. I really wanted it to be good. Like I'm one of those few people who really like the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. Like I watched them a lot when I was growing up.
Well, and then the other thing about The Mummy is since I don't have it on my list, let's talk about it for a second.
Yeah.
The first and second trailers were actually
trailers were really
pretty
good.
decent. And when I found out this movie was going to be bad was we're sitting in the theater, and I think it was the week before the movie because it came out the week after Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And we were in the theater seeing Wonder Woman for the first time, and the trailer for The Mummy played, and it was a new trailer, and it was like, next week, and there's like drums, and it was like, see the movie, and they show, spoiler alert for Tom Cruise's The Mummy, but they show in the trailer him going all devil at the end of the movie.
I don't remember
in the trailer. And I remember looking at you and being like, that's the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
They just ruined the movie in the trailer.
Yeah, I really wanted it to be good.
But the thing about that movie is like it's really bad. But if somebody like put a gun to my head and was like, watch the Emoji Movie again or watch The Mummy, I could watch The Mummy and laugh at it. It's really bad. I'm not gonna.
It hurt me on the inside.
So that was 4. Number 3.
Transformers.
No!
I definitely fell asleep during this movie because it's an hour and a half too long.
No!
Actually, it's like 2.5 hours too long.
No.
AKA the movie shouldn't exist.
It's a great movie.
No, it's not.
It's not a good movie, but
it's pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
I like those movies. They're really bad. I admit they're bad. I like them. I enjoy watching them every time they come out in the theater. I enjoy it.
I can't do it. I was sort of intrigued, and then I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's okay.
So, okay.
All right, what do we got? Number 2.
So, like I said, I did the opposite of you. I put the movies we walked out of.
Ooh,
at the
so
beginning.
You've got some 47 Meters Down?
So 47 Meters Down is my number 2.
Nice.
Yep.
Anything to add than what I said?
No, it was really bad.
It was bad.
Really predictable.
All right. Then here we go. My number 5.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 6 was Suburbicon.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5 is another Matt Damon
Poor
film.
Downsizing.
Downsizing sucks.
I didn't hate it as much as he.
I hated this movie.
It really, don't spend your money.
It's bad. It's a really
Like,
bad
really
movie.
don't.
I said it in my review that there's some good things about it, and I don't remember her name. I made sure that I got it right in my review.
Lady.
But the Vietnamese.
No, is she from Vietnam?
Yeah, I think so.
In the movie, she's from Vietnam.
She's really good in the movie. Matt Damon's good in the movie. Christoph Waltz is good in the movie. But the movie sucks.
It's just.
It's long. It's just boring. It's not. Yeah. Number 4, a film you already mentioned again.
The Snowman.
Why are you looking? Are you looking?
No,
at my
I
list?
just know you.
The Snowman. Number 4, Harry Hole, played by Michael Fassbender.
Poor Michael. And
I was
Rebecca
really
Ferguson too.
I was really excited for this.
The trailer
movie.
was pretty good.
I was really excited
Why are
for this
people
movie.
so good at making trailers now? It's so misleading.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Trailers are really can be great. Yeah, it was really bad. I mean, I feel like I'm saying that for each movie, like, oh, it was really bad, but
it's on our
Oh, this one was rough to get through. Number 3, this is again, I don't know why I ranked this one so high, but it's another one that you mentioned. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword.
I think maybe I would have liked it less if I had made it through the entire movie, but like I said, I took a little nap.
Here's the thing. I'm not a Guy Ritchie fan, and
I know
that hurts people, but
I liked Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I did not. See, I didn't like Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I really liked Man from U.N.C.L.E., but I think it's just because I like Armie Hammer and Alicia Vikander and
Henry
Cavill. Like, they were great.
And
but I couldn't tell you anything.
About what you mean, Man from U.N.C.L.E.? Exactly, yeah. Like, and I know that he has his fans, but I don't.
James Carpenter.
Yeah, I respect him as a director. He does a lot of really cool stuff visually.
He tries.
But it doesn't work for me. And I thought this was going to be the one because, like I was saying to you, I actually like Charlie Hunnam. Jude Law as the villain was in this. He was in this movie.
Do you remember those elephants? Those poor CGI.
And honestly, the first 10 minutes of this movie I was into, but then it turned into a video game for the second half of the movie.
Well, and he was just running around, doing random shit, and he was in a whorehouse for a while,
Well, and it was a video game. We saw it the once. I don't ever need to see it again. Yeah. Okay. Number 2, The Circle, starring America's Tom Hanks. This was my number 1 for a long time.
I'll be honest. So when did this movie come out? April. So I was
April.
I was pretty dazed.
This came out the week before Guardians.
When I was in April, I'm dazed because I'm right near the end of the semester. So I was pretty dazed seeing this movie. And then it ended and I was like, yeah, I guess that's okay. I didn't really think about it. I was like, it happened. It's okay. And then Tim was just like, yeah, that fucking sucked. And I was like.
It's not a good movie. Tom Hanks, I apologize. Emma Watson, I apologize. John Boyega, the Boyhood kid.
No,
Eller Coltrane, I believe is his name. It's a really bad movie. It's boring. It's just another movie saying phones and media are bad for you. I don't need to see that movie again. And I thought this one was gonna be different. I again liked the trailers. I love Tom Hanks.
Really
it's I was excited for the movie, but okay.
It's my number.
Give me your number 1.
So
I think I knew the Bye-Bye Man.
Yeah,
the Bye-Bye Man.
like in general, like I'm a scaredy cat, so like horror movies have to like work hard to impress me.
Mm.
Like if you just work off of jump scares, I don't like you.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that. Yeah, and then we left. So
sure.
And I feel like if we walked out, then it deserves to be near the top because we couldn't even like make it through the whole movie. That's how bad it was.
All right. So my number one worst movie of the year. I know you know what it is because you're smiling. You don't know what it is?
I need to think about it. Is it something I already said?
No. It's not on your list.
Did I see it?
Yes, you saw it. I saw it with you. And I have since seen it again. I've seen this movie twice.
Oh, it's Pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't mind Pirates.
Dead Men Give No Shits.
I've always liked Pirates. Like, I know they're not good, but like
I like Pirates too. The first Pirates movie I didn't see in the theater, but I saw it on DVD, fell in love with it. I saw the second and the third ones in the theater.
We watched it so many times.
And even the second and third one, like they're not now looking at
right, like when we watched them all again recently, like they're not great.
They're not great. Well, the first one is, I would say.
Right,
the first one is. The second and third one, they have their merits, but they're not great. But I like them. I like watching them. I get excited if we were to say, like, let's watch the original Pirates trilogy. I would be into that. Mm-hmm. Fourth one's shit. And this one.
Yeah, the fourth, I disliked the fourth one.
Yeah, the fourth one is terrible, and then this one just got worse, which is I don't know how that could happen.
I liked Javier Bardem. I thought that
just taking over my worst.
Here. Yeah, I am.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The two other kids though, what's his face?
Yes.
And then Javier Bardem's daughter.
Brendan Thwaites. No, it's not Javier Bardem's daughter. It's Barbossa's daughter.
That was stupid.
Exactly. You can't even remember. That's why this movie sucks.
But I thought everything else was fine.
Fine. That's what you want out of your.
Yeah, it was fucking
Pirates movies.
3.5.
Fine. 3.5.
I think that's what I gave it.
It's the worst movie of the year. It is. It's the worst movie of the year. That was fun.
Yeah.
You said we were gonna argue a lot.
We're not done.
Okay, so favorite movie, worst favorite movie of the year, The Bye-Bye Man. That did make my list. Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
It wasn't even when I made my original list, which was like 25 movies. It wasn't even on it.
What? Oof. Oof. I mean, Pirates was worse than Harry Hole. I can say that. All right. So we're going to move over to best of the year. Mm-hmm. This is going to get heated. I have a feeling.
I'm just warning you now. Like, guys, I don't have good arguments. Like, the way I, like, rank my movies, it's just, like, how much I personally had enjoyment watching them.
And I definitely have not seen this list, so I'm very excited. I have...
Are we doing honorable mentions first?
Yeah, I have about 10 honorable mentions.
I have 5.
I actually have 11. I have 11 honorable mentions.
Okay, well, I'll do 5.
I'm going to do all 11. I'm just going to list... I'm not going to say a lot about them, but I'm just going to list them off. You go first, though.
Shit. Okay, sorry. All right. So, well, this is from the bottom. So, from 15 to 11. So, The Big Sick.
Okay.
I, Tonya.
Okay.
The Disaster Artist.
Oof.
Darkest Hour.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Darkest Hour didn't make your top 10. Nope. That shocks me to my very core. Okay.
I know.
So in my honorable mentions, I've got The Florida Project, Get Out, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Wind River, Stronger, Lady Bird, The Big Sick, Thor Ragnarok, Star Wars, I, Tonya, and Call Me By Your Name.
We're gonna have so much argument.
So here's okay. All right. So all of those movies, minus The Florida Project. The Florida Project I gave a 4 out of 5 to, but all those other movies I listed were movies I gave a 4.5 out of 5 to that I really, really loved, but there were just 10 other movies that
everything in my I think the only movie I have that I gave a 4 out of 5 to is The Darkest Hour. And I only gave it a 4. I honestly was almost gonna give it a 5 out of 5, and then he gave it a 3, and I was like, guess I
gave it a 3.5, I think.
Whatever. I felt pressured, so but I did really like The Darkest Hour.
Okay. So let's start with your 10 through 6 right. Favorite movies of the year.
Number 10, Wind River.
Okay, so that was one of my honorable mentions.
Yep.
Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
It was really intense.
You didn't see it in the theater either.
No, we watched it here.
Yeah.
But he saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
You know, I really liked it. I thought Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen did really well, as well as the guy who played the police chief.
Yeah, he was good.
I was really sad when he
Yeah. Oh, spoilers.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, no, I thought it was really like intriguing and
it was in my top 10 for a long time.
It was really good
this year. Yeah.
All right, my number 9.
Okay.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water is number 9. Okay, go ahead. You just saw this movie, though.
I know.
You just saw, so that's
well,
that.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest though. I don't think it's gonna go any higher because I liked these other movies more.
That's fine.
And like, I get it. Like, Guillermo del Toro does like weird films, and like sometimes I can get into a weird film, but like, and it's not that I wasn't into this movie, but like, at the same time, I don't like masturbation in the first 3 minutes of my movie. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't.
I mean, I don't mind it.
It really, like, we had full Sally Hawkins frontal nudity in the first 2 minutes of the movie, and I was kind of like, ooh.
But that's not, but I mean, I think, we'll get into it because it is in my top 10, so
I know.
we'll talk about it more in a little bit.
Okay. Number 8, Spider-Man. Homecoming.
Spider-Man Home did not even make my honorable mentions.
I have lots of...
That's fine.
Because
fine.
I know.
I love this movie.
I know it's really cliche to like love superhero movies, but I really do.
No, I love that movie too. It's one of Hello.
Like,
I love Spider-Man. That movie was awesome.
It was so good.
I've seen it 4 times.
The whole time. Like,
it's really good.
I couldn't get enough of it.
It's really good. I liked it a lot. I think I ended up giving it by the last time I saw it, a 4 out of 5. It's not my favorite Spider-Man movie. I think Spider-Man 2 still holds that for me.
I think it might be.
But it's really good, and I think it's because Tom Holland is really good.
He killed it.
And Michael Keaton is really good in the movie.
Yeah, too. Michael Keaton was so good.
Michael Keaton's so good. All right.
So my number 7, also
a superhero movie?
Superhero movie. Thor.
I was an honorable mention for me. Thor was my favorite MCU movie that came out this year.
I would completely agree.
Out of the 3.
It was so good.
It's really, really fun.
And I feel really bad because I fell asleep both of the second and third time that we watched it. But like,
well, you're a tired person.
I was really tired. But like, it's so good.
It's a fun movie, and that's just like, Guardians was fun, but it was heavy. There were some heavy parts.
Right, and it wasn't even like, and it's not even like Thor was still heavy. Like,
yeah, it had some heavy
Odin
stuff.
Died. Like, he's gone.
Thor got his eye ripped out.
Right, Thor got his eye ripped out.
Asgard was blown.
Asgard is gone.
Yeah.
Like, and the end credit scene is Thor and Loki, and they're all of Asgard being captured by Thanos.
Are you gonna cry?
No.
You look like you're about to cry.
No, I'm just saying that like.
It's really good.
This movie.
It's really good. Yeah. I love that movie. It's definitely in my top probably 5 or 6 MCU movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Number 6.
Okay.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh. Yes.
Yep.
I love this movie. Love it.
So good.
What do you got to say about it?
Andy Serkis should get nominated for an Oscar.
I agree.
Like, he really should.
Yeah, I really agree.
I don't think I've ever been into such a trilogy before. Like, I feel like this is the trilogy that I've been the most invested in ever.
I can see that.
Which is surprising because, like, I didn't see the first 2 in theaters.
Yeah.
So, but, like, it's really compelling. And
it's a great story. They do a really good job with the script. And I think, most people were disappointed by this movie because it was war. Like, it's war.
Well, because there wasn't, like, a war.
But there wasn't, like, a big war. But it's not about... And, when I realized, like, this isn't a war film, like guns and stuff. This is a war of Caesar, a personal war of his soul, of his mind, of his heart. Like, that, to me, is much deeper. It's one of my favorites. I'll get back to it, too.
Yeah.
So that's your 10 through 6.
Yes.
Okay. My number 10 is a movie we just saw, actually. I struggled between this and Call Me By Your Name actually being number 10, which is Molly's Game.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorkin, to me, is one of the best people working in Hollywood.
Today, yeah.
In general. His dialogue is amazing. Steve Jobs, which came out 2 years ago, which he wrote it.
I didn't know
this is his first time directing.
Right.
His dialogue, I've never seen The West Wing, which is like the show that he wrote the show. He wrote Social Network, which is freaking brilliant, and Steve Jobs, which is brilliant. But Molly's Game, I just put up a review for this movie today, actually. We saw it a few days ago, and Sorkin does such a good job of not only writing just beautiful dialogue for Jessica Chastain, Idris Elba, Kevin Costner, Michael Cera, just like everybody in this movie, but he does such a good job at directing his dialogue.
Yeah.
He does such a good job, and it's
Yeah, it was at number 16.
16?
Yeah.
Ooh, it was just shy.
It was just shy
of your.
I had to cut it out.
Shy.
I had to cut it out of my top 15 when I added Shape of Water this morning.
I'm okay with that. I'd be okay with that. So anyway, Molly's Game, really liked it. One of my favorites of the year. Number 9, The Disaster Artist. Which
this was in my top 10 for a while.
A while, like since we saw it like a month ago.
Right. Well, yeah, because then I added Molly's Game, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
and then I added Shape of Water, and it got bumped out. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. The Disaster Artist is really good. It's James Franco's magnum opus for sure. Like
I don't know what that means.
Okay, he's. Oh my god, he's so good in the movie. He does such he does a respectful job at telling Tommy Wiseau's story.
It was so good. I feel like part of it is like I had never seen The Room.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of missed out because of it. But at the same time, you don't need to see The Room to enjoy the movie.
Not at all.
Because the performances were so good, and the chemistry, obviously, between James Franco and Dave Franco was just like so good.
And Seth Rogen's funny in the movie too, as one of the. I think he
was the script.
Yeah,
person.
Yeah, he was the script supervisor. He does such a funny job, and just everybody. There's a bunch of random people. Zac Efron shows up for one of the funniest scenes
and Josh
in the movie.
Hutcherson
And Josh
was
Hutcherson.
So
there's a lot to love in this movie. They do such a good job at making these characters relatable, and obviously they're real people. So they do an absolutely great job. Disaster Artist, number 9. Number 8. I don't know if this is going to be in your top 10 or not. It's
not.
Oh, no!
I thought about it for a long time.
Oh,
I had a real struggle.
So good. Hiya, Georgie. Oh, it's so. I love this movie.
I really liked it too. I really did.
That's a nice boat.
It just,
Oh, it's great. I saw the miniseries, the TV Tim Curry series, when I was fairly young, and I remember being freaked out by it as a child. It's not good. It does not hold up.
No, we tried to watch it.
We watched about the first half of it, before this movie came out. But this movie, man, like Bill Skarsgård,
he was so good.
Is out of control good in this movie.
Yeah,
and this isn't just a dumb horror movie.
I think this is the only horror movie I've seen twice in theaters.
This could have been a dumb PG-13, is in theaters for a couple weeks, make for $5 million bullshit horror movie like The Bye Man or The Forest or Insidious The Last Key or anything like that. It easily could have been turned into something like that. But they got a director who cared. They got a script that works. They got actors who cared.
Yeah.
They put money into it. This movie cost $40 million to make, something like that. They put some money into it to make the effects good. They went all in on this crazy story that's not just about some clown that most people are like, well, I don't like clowns. I don't want to see it. It's more than just this creepy clown movie. It's a coming of age story. It's a horror movie. It's a comedy. It's like everything all wrapped into one, and it's so good. I love this movie. Comes out on Blu-ray on Tuesday. That's free promotion for New Line. And
You're welcome.
Warner Brothers right there. You are welcome. I'm very excited to watch it again because I saw it 3 times.
I'm really excited.
3 times. That's none of your business. Number 7, a movie I know is not going to be in your top 10 or anywhere near your top 10. Blade Runner 2049. I loved this movie.
It was beautiful.
It's so pretty.
Probably one of the most beautiful movies that came out this year.
I think if Roger Deakins doesn't win for cinematography for this movie,
that's kind of a crime.
I'm gonna be really pissed because the cinematography is great. Denis Villeneuve has become in my top 5 favorite directors.
He's got
between Enemy, Prisoners, Sicario, Arrival, and now Blade Runner. He just continually knocks it out of the park. And I don't love the first Blade Runner. I know you hate it, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't care if you hate it. I like it. I've seen it 3-4 times, and each time I like it more and more. But there are fundamental problems with the movie that I have. But this 2049 like exceeded all my expectations. Ryan Gosling,
he was real good,
is amazing in the movie, and I don't want to spoil this one because there are things that they did such a good job at hiding stuff in the marketing.
They really did. And even like throughout the movie, you were like second guessing yourself the entire time.
And it's great. And I know this is for me. I don't think this applies to you, but the movie's about 2 hours and 45 minutes long. To me, I didn't feel it. It was
I didn't feel it as much. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I definitely I always feel how long movies are. Like, I usually do. Because there's always a point usually where I'm like, okay, like, when are we gonna reach the climax? Like, are we there yet? But like, it really, because Harrison Ford didn't come in until like the last hour
and a half in, and so, and I don't care. I'll stick to this. He's better in this movie than he is in Force Awakens. I think he is killer in this movie, and if there weren't so many other good supporting actor performances this year, I think he'd be a shoo-in.
Yeah.
Because he's that good in the movie, and Ryan Gosling is that good in the movie. Robin Wright is that good in the movie. The only actor in this movie that I think is kind of a little over the top, I still really enjoyed him, is Jared Leto. But he's barely in the movie. He's barely in the movie.
Yeah.
So that's not really his fault, but he does a good job of what he's given. But Blade Runner 2049 is stupid good. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so then number 6, I've got Logan. What? Okay, what does that mean?
I have it still.
Oh, okay. So you still got to get to that.
Or...
It's great. Yeah, we'll get to it when you get to it then. Okay, so number 6 was Logan for me.
All right.
Go ahead.
So
my number 5.
Am I doing 5 to 2?
Yes.
Okay. So my number 5 is Coco.
Ooh. My number 5 is Coco.
Baby.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Let's talk about
it. So this movie was obviously very beautiful because Pixar makes beautiful films. But yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. The story was great. Unfortunately, Tim called the twist like pretty early on in the movie, so that sort of ruined it for me.
What?
But yeah.
Let me say this. Coco's a perfect movie. No. Don't laugh. It's not a joke. Coco is a perfect movie. There's nothing wrong with it. The only reason it's at number 5 for me is because there are 4 other movies that I either just had more general, more fun with,
right,
or I thought were even more perfect. But Coco's a perfect animated family movie. It is perfect. The voice acting, the cinematography, the direction, the colors, the songs, the story is just, it's all so perfect. And yeah, the ending is, if you're not weeping in your seat by the time that happens, you should get yourself checked out. It's great. Okay, so yeah, we both had that at 5.
All
perfect.
Right, so my number 4 then is Logan.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Yeah, it's my favorite superhero movie of the year.
By far.
It's the only superhero movie to make my top 10. Which
I wept bitterly at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
let's be honest.
And it came out in March.
Yes.
So it's been months.
It's been a long
and this
time.
movie is still resonating.
Yeah.
Whenever I look at my top films of the year, it's a movie that I'm like, why would I want to ever push that out of the top 10?
Right, like it's beyond the fact that it's a superhero movie. Like, more than anything, it's like a drama or something. Like,
it defies the genre, superhero genre, for sure. Hugh Jackman's never been better as Wolverine. It totally benefits from the R rating because the blood, the gore, and everything. Yeah, it's cool in some action movies like a John Wick or what have you, or a Deadpool. But here it's just like it adds something. It's
and seeing a little girl like
rip people straight up murder people. Well, and then you know what? And I never thought of this until a couple weeks ago when I read another review or saw another review of Logan. But this is going back a bit. But in 2013's The Wolverine, James Mangold directed that. He also directed Logan. And
wait, is this the bad one or is this the Japanese
no? This
one?
is the one where they go to Japan.
Yeah.
And in that movie, they're I can't think of the character's name. The Japanese girl who's with him for the movie, who can see ahead to the future. She says to him, "You're going to die holding your heart." In that movie, she says that, and towards the end of the movie, he actually has to rip a thing off of his heart and like pulls it out. Like he doesn't pull out his heart, but everyone's like, "Oh, that's what she was talking about." Well, if you really want to look into it, while he's dying, he's holding her. And honestly, and I was emotional during that part, but it didn't really hit me until he says like, "Oh, so this is what it feels like." We've got somebody in the comments.
Sorry, just one second.
It's a beautiful. What are you doing? Sure, there you go.
Okay, sorry.
We can just talk to them. Yeah. So what do you got for us? Jinja 21, 22. Let's see.
I'll just continue with my list.
So since the average woman.
Yeah, no, we're not.
We're not doing that. Okay, so your number 3, Brad.
Beauty and the Beast.
Hang on. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast is my number 4.
We're pretty close.
So we're pretty close. Let's talk about it.
So I'm gonna be really honest. Nostalgia played a huge part in this.
Yeah, for sure.
A huge part. Beauty and the Beast is by far my favorite animated movie. A Disney animated movie. And
or animated movie.
Well, really animated movie in general.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
yeah, no, I will fully admit that there are parts of this movie that I don't like.
Yeah.
There are stretches of the movie I don't like. There are aspects of it that I'm not a fan of, but the nostalgia plays such a big role that I just absolutely love it. Love the music, love the performances. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorites of the year for sure. We saw it many times in the theater.
We did. It was a great experience.
Yeah. All right, so that was your number 3?
Yeah. All right. My number 2?
Yeah.
Lady Bird.
Lady.
I only gave 2 movies we saw this year 5 out of 5. So.
I gave 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 out of 5s.
I only gave 2. I was pretty stingy.
All right, so Lady Bird, talk about it because it was in my honorable mentions. It was not in my top 10.
Yeah, I think part of it is just like what she's going through, like the growing up and like being in high school, but she's like a senior in high school and she's trying to figure out like where she wants to be in her life and where she wants to go, and people keep telling her like she has to be this one person and she doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
And like particularly like her relationship with her mom really resonated with me for lots of different reasons.
Yeah.
But like so just sort of like yeah.
It's a good movie. I love the movie. I will watch it again when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I always butcher her name, Saoirse Ronan, I believe, something like that. She's amazing. She'll get nominated for an Academy Award, I'm sure. Greta Gerwig, as this is her first time directing by herself. She's co-directed before, but by herself, this is her first time. Absolutely knocks it out of the park. I love this movie, but it didn't quite make the top 10 for me. So that was your number 2. All right. So we talked about number 5. That was Coco. Mm-hmm. That was a 5 out of 5 for me. Beauty and the Beast was my number 4. That was a 4.5. My number 3 is a movie we already talked about. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
I gave a 5 out of 5 too. Loved it. We've talked about it. We just talked about it. Andy Serkis is amazing. The script is amazing. Matt Reeves directs the shit out of this movie. It's really, really great. It's my favorite of the Apes new trilogy. Absolutely love War for the Planet of the Apes. We already talked about it enough. Number 2. Okay, so here's the deal.
I know what it's.
No. See, no.
I know what your top 2 are.
No.
I do.
Because I've gone back and forth on this for the last month. Just like back and forth ever since I saw one of these 2 movies. And I'm going to make the executive decision right now. Number 2 is The Shape of Water.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm making the executive decision now. Number 2 is The Shape of Water. I love this movie. It's so good. I gave it 5
don't
out of 5.
disagree that it's not good.
He does. And, okay, so if we really want to get into a debate about this movie. So I understand the whole you don't need to see Sally Hawkins butt naked in a tub masturbating. I get that. To me, those types of the whole opening of the movie, which is her, like kind of going through her morning routine. She wakes up, she takes a bath,
they do it a couple of times.
She masturbates. She cooks eggs. She visits her neighbor. They talk. She goes to her work, which is overnight.
I get it too.
And it just you understand her routine and you see how much she is like the creature.
No.
And it just I found it personally the most romantic film of the year. Now that I know what your number one is, I know you say I'm wrong, but the fact that, and it's not just the fact of he made a movie about a fish having sex with a lady. That's weird and cuckoo. Let's all give it 5s out of 5s. No, and that's the thing, is that didn't bother me. That's not what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is what the movie's about, but it's so much more than that. The performances are amazing.
The performances are really
Michael
good.
Shannon is so
Well, and I'm gonna be
good.
honest, if Sally Hawkins gotten other nominations
for this movie,
yes.
Yes,
okay, good.
Yes.
Honestly, if she doesn't get a Best Actress nomination, that's kind of that's terrible, because I've never felt more for a character. Well, I have felt more for a character, but there were moments, because disclaimer, I saw this movie yesterday.
Yeah.
There were times when you just you felt how broken she was, specifically the scene where she was trying to convince her neighbor to help her break the fish man out of
the fish man
out of containment in the facility or whatever.
Yeah.
But she was broken, and you could feel it, and she didn't say a word.
No, just all signed, and it just pure emotion.
Yeah.
This is, I think, and Del Toro's on record saying this is his favorite movie he's ever made. I think it's his best film. I haven't seen all of his films, but I've seen most of them. I think it's his best movie that he's ever made. I think it's better than Pan's Labyrinth.
I would agree.
He just, I don't know, the way he tells this dark yet hopeful fairy tale-esque
it is nice
drama.
That it ended nice.
And it ends just beautifully, and it just looks gorgeous, and the visual effects are so good.
The visual effects are really
good. The creature looks amazing, and it's so good. Yeah. Oh God. I don't know. Yeah, number 2, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Having a struggle.
Yeah, I'm having a struggle right now. All right, so let's come down to this.
Yes.
So basically, I want to get something clear before we say our number ones. Your number 1 was in my honorable mentions. You haven't even mentioned my number 1.
It was in the top 10.
I don't want to hear it. Your number 1 was?
Call me by your name.
Call me by your name, and I'll call you by mine. Elio.
And your number
Elio. We'll get to my number 1. What is his name? Oliver.
I remember everything.
Oh, Jesus.
That's how that scene goes.
Yeah. Ooh. It's a good one.
It's good.
It's a tearjerker.
It is. I don't
Talk
know.
to me about it.
So I'm a real sucker for romances, and when we were
gay romances.
Well, and that's not even
No, it's beautiful. It honestly is one of the most romantic movies.
It kills.
I've ever seen.
I think my favorite scene. Well, I have 3 scenes that I really, really like. One of them is after they've been doing it for a while, and they're sitting out outside on a rail or whatever, and they're talking, and they're
just
sitting
laughing.
facing each other, and they're
laughing.
Why didn't we do this earlier?
Well, it's just their silhouettes too.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they're why didn't we do this earlier? And they're just flirting with each other and hitting each other, and it's just so cute.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm just saying that it makes me think of us or any other relationship where you think about those times before we were together, and it just felt really real to me.
Yeah, that is true. It is one of the most real feeling movies, as in you feel like you're in Italy with these characters. You feel like you know them by the end of the movie, and you feel for them at the end of the movie. I think Michael Stuhlbarg, who plays Elio's father,
that was one of my other favorite scenes.
And I'm not we shouldn't spoil it, but one of the best scenes and speeches,
a monologue
of the year is,
it gets you.
And he's really good in the movie with the minimal stuff he has, but
he's good in Shape of Water too.
He is good in Shape of Water as well, yes. But Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet, this is their thing. Together. They're great.
And like even just like watching like we watched an interview with them on Ellen last night, and they're just so cute together. Like I know they're not gay for each other, but like their chemistry, like their friendship is obviously so real.
Their chemistry is off the charts. Yeah. And they were talking about in that interview how it takes a lot to like commit to a role like that for a heterosexual.
Both of them, yeah.
But they absolutely commit. They're so good in the movie, and I don't want to be the guy who just compares this movie to Brokeback Mountain. But
I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
Okay, so there you go. But I'm going to compare it because it is like I can't think of many other films about two men.
I just compared it to Carol. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure, yeah, okay, you could do that too.
And I did not like Carol.
Oh, you are one of few who did not like Carol. But Brokeback Mountain, Brokeback Mountain was a lot more about. To me, at least, I've seen it a few times. It has a sad ending. It doesn't end well for them. The movie's been out for over 10 years. I feel like I can spoil Brokeback Mountain. One of them dies, and yeah, I know it's okay. And it's just like I didn't say which one, but it's just more sad. While the ending of Call Me by Your Name is quote unquote sad, but it's like,
but it's not.
But it's not, and it's just like
it's life.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good. I want to watch it again. We've only seen it the once. Yeah, you dropped that 5 out of 5 on that mother.
I know.
Wow. So
you're
my number one of the year.
Poster's right over there.
Poster is right there. You know why this movie?
Don't cry.
So nobody's seen this movie.
I know.
None of you. I guarantee. Well, not none, but.
Well, I did.
Brigsby Bear is my favorite movie of 2017.
It was really good. Like, I won't deny that it was good. It was really good. It was super enjoyable to watch.
Yep. I've seen it 4 times.
Have you really?
Yeah, since the Blu-rays come out. Yeah, you bet. Because it was only in theaters by us for a week.
Yeah, I only saw it the one time.
Yeah, I gotta look at the director's name, but his name's Dave McCary. Only movie he's directed. But this is pretty much the love child of Kyle Mooney, and he plays the main character, James. He's great, and I don't want to get into the story because the story,
right, like it happens in the beginning, and no one knows.
And I didn't know going into it. I saw one teaser trailer, but this movie is so imaginative. Mm-hmm. Colorful, exciting,
and it is real too. Like
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, we're talking a lot about Call Me by Your Name, as you feel like you were there in Italy. I don't necessarily feel like I was with James making a Brigsby Bear movie, but you feel for these I felt for this character specifically. More than any other character of the year.
There was one particular scene where it felt just like so real, and you realize like what this character has gone through, and like
this is also the best film of the year starring Mark Hamill. Yeah. Actually, he's barely in it, but he's in the film.
But the scene that I'm talking about has Mark Hamill in it.
Yeah, he's good in the movie. It's hard to put into words. This to me is the same way I felt last year about Sing Straight. It's a movie I saw in the middle of the year, around a time when like nothing else was really coming out. Mm-hmm. We did a double feature. I think we saw Logan Lucky and then this movie.
That's right.
So there was not a lot coming out. Sing Street we saw in the middle of the year last year. Nobody saw that movie, and it had these real characters going through real stuff, and this is real characters. And I feel like that's just what I've been gravitating to. And honestly, I was really going back and forth between this and Shape of Water. But in the end, like, I could sit down and watch Brigsby Bear, and I would love to watch it again. It's fantastic. It's also 90 minutes long, so we could watch it twice in the same amount of time it would take to watch Call Me by Your Name.
Sorry that it takes a long time to develop love, Tim.
It's a good movie. I loved it. So anyway, Brigsby Bear is my number one.
Go see it.
Wow, we did it. We did it. Top 10 of the year. Top 10 worst of the year. Any other honorable mentions that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
There were a couple other I was thinking about, like Alien Covenant. I really liked.
Yeah, it was in there. Like my best of list, I just added everything that I gave a 4 and up to, so it was pretty long.
Yeah.
And I trimmed it down. 4 is like 3.5 and 4. I went pretty
good.
Go-to scores for me.
Good. But 2017 was a good year. It was a good year.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good superhero movies, a lot of good dramas, a lot of good comedies.
Better than last year.
I don't remember last year.
And better than the year before.
We got Dunkirk.
Well, my favorite movie of 2015 was Star Wars because nothing else came out really, and Room and Brooklyn.
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Mad Max. Spotlight.
Never mind.
2015 was a great year. Anyway, 2017. It's over. It's done.
Here's the 2018.
Yeah, so the Oscars are coming soon. That's going to be in a couple of years. Or a couple
years? I mean, it will be in a couple of years.
Yeah, there will be Oscars in a couple of years, I would think. No, the Oscars are going to be in a couple months. I am fully aware of the fact that Brigsby Bear will not be highlighted at the Oscars this year. But
Will Sing Straight wasn't either. So.
It's a damn shame. But Call Me By Your Name probably will be. So we will definitely be talking about the Oscars when they come out. All of these movies that we talked about. But in the meantime, we'll be talking about some other 2018 movies. I will not be reviewing Insidious: The Last Key because we left.
It's honestly not Insidious's fault.
No, it's really not. That's another rant about annoying moviegoers.
Yeah, it's really our own fault for thinking that we could see it at 9:45 at night on a student Thursday. But
what she said. So anyway, guys, those are our favorite movies, worst movies of the year. Let me know in the comments your favorite movies of the year, your least favorite movies of the year. Let's talk about it. Let's be nice. It's always good to be nice.
Do you get comments even? Where they're not.
I get a couple of comments on every other video, maybe. My Call Me By Your Name review is killing it with tens of views.
It's because people from your church want to know if they can see it without betraying the Lord.
This just took a dark turn. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, guys. Be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps us out a great deal for the Sunday Talks. What are you doing?
Pointing to where the button.
Oh, pointing to where I think it's like right underneath you, actually. But yeah, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. Helps you stay up to date with all the latest videos, and it will help support the next episode of Sunday Talks, which we do on Sundays whenever the hell we feel like it. It doesn't have to be every week. It's whenever I want to do it. So anyway, guys, thanks as always for watching, and until next time, have a good one. Peace out.